Meditate, manifest, invest in you. Join me on my spiritual journey as I elevate myself and like-minded listeners to a higher level mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thank you for listening. This is Black Hippie Lounge, and I am your host, Chanel. Alrighty, so another episode. This episode is going to be about insecure. And I'm going to talk about some different things that happened. Spoiler alert, please, don't listen if you haven't watched the show or if you haven't watched the season finale, because, at your own discretion, that's on you if you listen to it. I will post, when I make the post too, I'm going to put, hey, don't listen to it if you haven't watched the episode yet, if that's what you plan to do, right? So, yeah, it was a season finale. I thought it was really great. Definitely a lot to dissect. So how I'm going to do it is I follow this page, and I'm sure maybe people do too. It's called I Don't Do Clubs on Instagram, and they tend to reflect on the show, and they'll post different tweets and stuff like that, and so that's what I'm going to use to be able to dissect everything. So the first thing I'm going to see, all right, a couple things happened. Molly got married. Kelly is pregnant. And I don't know if you guys peeped it, but Tiffany was pregnant too. And at the wedding, you could see she's pregnant. You could see that Issa is engaged to Lawrence. And she's, killing it successfully. Nathan's gone. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah. So let me see what's here. Hold on. Okay. Wow, there's a couple of things, so I'm definitely going to talk about. This might be a long episode. It's okay. All right, so the first one these are all tweets that I've seen. My mother came up to me and said, "You know what happens when you are too hard on yourself? Doubt begins to tear you away from the spaces love has provided. You owe it to yourself to revel in the love you have. Isn't it one of the many reasons why you exist? To be better at love." This has to do with insecure too, but I think it's just a general post. And it definitely makes sense. I feel like that's definitely something that I'm going to practice more in 2022 is being better at love. Not being hard on myself, and allowing love to come in too. Not putting myself in spaces to avoid it in different ways that I self-sabotage to do that too. And I feel like that was kind of what Molly was doing sometimes too. So, and Issa too. Issa as well. So just being better at loving yourself and others, and being better at loving yourself could also mean just loving yourself enough to allow yourself to be loved by people. I think that's something too. Because I know, you recognize that, dang, this person actually really cares about me. They love me and stuff like that. And then you kind of can self-sabotage by not giving yourself that love, in the sense of allowing them to continue to love you by trying to find reasons of this isn't going to work out, or I got to do this. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out ways to let it go, So another one I'm going to read. It's crazy that sometimes you don't realize that people are holding you back until you let go of them and you see yourself start flourishing differently. What? If that ain't a word, I don't even know. For real. It's what I've talked about in the other episodes. Just letting people go. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. I'm good. Like, you're not about to hold me back. And sometimes you don't realize it until you really let that person or thing or whatever out of your life. And then your life starts flourishing to the point where it's flourishing so much. You don't even realize how much it's flourishing until maybe the universe will test you and bring that person back or bring something similar. And then you're like, whoa, like, dang, I've come so far. There's no way I'm going backwards, you know? So, all right. This is from Lawrence. It says, it was always her, the love story some of y'all loved and some of y'all love to hate. Facts, because I didn't like him. I did not like Lawrence, but I feel like he did redeem himself in a sense. I had these discussions with friends throughout the season, and I said the only way Lawrence can redeem himself in my eyes to Issa is to get married to her, or to get engaged to her, because otherwise what's the point? They don't need to go back to being in a relationship again because they already know each other for so long. So it was good that they got engaged and they're gonna get married. So I was happy for Issa in that, because she genuinely does seem happy with Lawrence. It just, sometimes you have to do things separately from each other in order to come back. Let me see the other one. It says, oh, I love that one. Okay. It said, the voice in the mirror is gone. Wow. I think that is a really good one, because I feel like that underneath the post, it says she's secure now, a job well done. The name of the show is called Insecure. Throughout the show, I feel that Issa had those mirror moments, because a lot of times it was the insecurity that was causing her to second guess herself and have those conversations. And in the end, when she realized that she was the one holding herself back by just not going for it in any type of aspect, whether it be career, love, whatever, that's the more that she became confident in herself and secure, the less those conversations with the mirror continued, and she was able to grow and blossom into the woman that she was in the end. So just learning how to practice and follow in Issa's steps, and being able to become so secure with yourself that you don't have to second guess or have these conversations with yourself. And just do it, you know? So another one, this is from the director. It said, we wanted to show love is a choice, and it only needs to make sense to you. Everyone's story is different. Like I said, Issa made her choice, and it might not be. And I think at one point, Tiffany, the character Tiffany, said to her the same thing. Like, it doesn't have to make sense to anyone else as long as it makes sense to you. And I think that that's something that people forget, because everything is so social media and like have these different influences, that just as long as you're happy with whatever you're in, then you're happy and you're safe, then that should be, the more important thing. Don't worry about making sure that other people understand. So the scene in the bathroom between Issa and Molly after her wedding, not gonna lie, definitely made me cry, just because what they said, but also like remembering where they were last season into this season, how bad Molly was back then. Because in that last season, I was not team Molly at all. Like, she was getting on my nerves. But then you also had to like have that sympathy of like, dang, like Molly was really hurting, like she was really hurting last season. And to see her finally let that hurt go and grow as a woman. And, unfortunately, the situation with her mom passing, but I think that helped her be able to step into the marriage and like just a clean, new, loving Molly, like it was just dope to see her so happy and so nice and like so just in love, and allowing herself to be taken care of. And then Issa, Issa is such a dope friend. I'm sorry. I wish that I have great friends. Don't get me wrong. I have dope friends. Don't get me wrong. But I just love Issa. Like, she just seems so real. And, you know, I know it's a character, but that genuinely seems like that's how Issa is. And that's what makes it so dope. And Molly too. Yvonne Orji. I feel like they both fit their characters pretty well. So, and then that scene alone is just like, again, like just remembering where they were and how everything they both went through separately on their own and then together as friends, and how, you know, I keep saying, like, that's the love story. And that is, like, things happen, you grow apart, but if it's meant to be, you come back together and you come back stronger, and that bond doesn't break, you know? So it was such a great scene, and it was good to see. And let's see, another one. I'm mad that they didn't bring Daniel back, but I get it. Okay. So I like this one. We needed the character of Kelly to make big life pivot, to be an emotional catalyst for Issa, because in real life, we're often inspired by our friends' courage to change. So I definitely wholeheartedly agree with this, because, again, spoiler alert, don't listen to this if you haven't watched, but Kelly thought she died in this season. And before that, she was not into having kids or anything like that. After having that experience of dying, she felt like, and then she met the guy. So she changed her mind and wanted to have kids and, you know, be in a relationship and just do that whole thing. And when she announced it, Issa said to her, I thought you didn't want any kids. I thought you said you weren't into that. And she said, yeah, but, you know, based on the experience that she had, she changed her mind. She's not scared to do it. And I feel like at that point, Issa, like, she steps back because Kelly and Tiffany are like so happy and having the conversation about the kids part. And I feel like now I can think of how that scene was really Issa coming to grips like with, all right, well, maybe I do want to be with Lawrence, you know, and like have the courage to change my mind about being a stepmom for now, you know, and being with this person that I obviously love, but even if it's not fitting the fairy tale of what I thought it would be, you know, having the courage to change your mind and like be open to something different. I feel like that's what it was. And it was just dope to see Kelly have a baby. Like, she's gonna have a baby. She's gonna be a hilarious mom. Like, I love Kelly. She was hilarious. You know, what would you have said to Lawrence if Nathan didn't interrupt? Girl, it's not too late if that's what you really want. That's what Molly says to Issa. And it's true, because it's like as her bestie, she knew like Issa still loves Lawrence despite everything that they went through, and she deserves to be happy. Another one, Nathan is not wrong. He wasn't wrong. I feel like Nathan knew he wasn't ever gonna be able to gain Issa's heart like Lawrence did, you know. And I don't think it had to do with like time or anything. It's just like they're not on the same page right now. And Nathan is great, don't get me wrong, but I think they were better as friends than actual lovers. Even though the whole time I really did like Nathan, but as soon as they got together, I was like, I don't like this. It was just something about it. I just didn't like it. I just felt like, and I think I didn't like it because I felt like Issa still loved Lawrence, and Nathan was gonna get hurt. Like, I feel like Nathan stayed with that, he was gonna get hurt bad. So it's good that they show, and I think it's great that they let Nathan break up with her versus Issa doing this thing where she kept him there but still like was trying to wait and set it up with Lawrence and then getting rid of him. I think that would have really messed up Nathan. So I think it's great that he chose his mental health over the relationship. And he still was a good friend, I feel, by coming to the event and, giving her the donation from the barbershop. And, I was gonna go off topic because I love the dress that Issa had on in that scene with the birthday party, and I've been trying to find it and I can't find it. And her outfits, that whole episode were bomb. Like, her outfits, her hair, everything. I just loved it. But anyway, let me see. Okay, this is one of my favorite ones that I remember. She said after the breakup with Nathan, she said, "I just want to fast forward to the part of my life where everything is okay." And that's very a relatable quote. When you get in those spaces where things are just falling apart or you're confused about where your life is, it's very easy to, I don't know. It's just like when you deal with a lot of stuff back to back emotionally, you just want to be okay. And so that was definitely a relatable quote scene. So those are the all quotes that I saw. But now I'm trying to think about the episode. Like I said, I think that Nathan made the right choice. I feel like Nathan, he still has a lot of growing to do professionally, and that he wasn't going to be able to sustain that relationship with her. And I don't think them moving in together would have helped. It would have made it worse. I think Issa's heart was still with Lawrence, and I think that they both hopefully learned about boundaries, because Nathan, he chose to stay around even after she cried in his or her whoever's bed it was, I forget. She was crying about another guy. Like, that's to be like your cue to get out. You know what I mean? Like, she kind of gave you the heads up that she wasn't ready yet. But Molly and that guy, I forget his name, Torin or whatever. I like him. I do like him for her. I really do. And I think it's not even just him being economically equal to her. I just think that his vibe of being so secure in himself allowed Molly to be secure in herself as well, and allowed her to let go of any questioning and just to really go with the flow and to really enjoy the relationship. And I feel like he was someone who, even though he didn't discuss it on the show, like in the show, I feel like he was so level-headed to the sense that he knew what he wanted. He knew that he wanted to get married, and he wanted to build with someone. So I was so happy for her. So happy for her. Definitely happy for Issa, because professionally she just, she was killing it. She was doing great, and she got everything that she wanted. And I feel like that is something that I loved about the season finale, is that they didn't just focus on the main characters. Like, every character got what they wanted, or just got something that changed their lives for the better, with babies and marriage and homes, Tiffany and the husband getting a home in Denver, and then her being pregnant again, and but still being able to be in contact with her friends, and Issa and Lawrence buying a house, and being engaged, and Kelly's having a baby, and she changed her job to work with Molly, to where she's going to be happy with other Black people, where she's being treated respectfully, professionally, and then them just being able to still be a clique and like really, be a part of each other's lives and their growth. It was great to see, and I'm really going to miss that show, because like I said, it resonates so much. And something that people highlighted, someone I saw online, is like, I feel like a lot of times those type of storylines and those shows always are about like people in their 20s. And so when you're older than that, it feels like, dang, like, why can't I get my life together that way? But the fact that Issa had I think all of them were turning, like, whether it be 32, 33, and they were just now getting their careers, just now getting, I don't want to say just now, but let me backtrack. They were at that age and they were able to accomplish those things at that age, So the point is just like, there's no set age of when you're supposed to have those things done. It's just more like, as long as you're on the right path and you get them done, if that's what you want for yourself, then letting that be. So I like how they were not the typical age of society that, or social media portrays that, you should have a house by then, or a car or not a car, a relationship, marriage, all that stuff at these certain ages, and they extended it to later ages because the actors and actresses themselves are older. They're like 30 something. They're like, I think Issa's like, I don't think she's 40, but she's like close to it. Let me see. I thought she was like 37 or something. I know she just got married in real life. She's 36. She's 36, and I know she just got married in real life. And so yeah. Just again, the reality of it, of you don't have to be in your 20s and get all that stuff done. You could be in your 30s and still be figuring it out. I think that's what I love about it. It's like, because, I'm in my 30s. I'm still trying to figure it out, too. I feel like I figured out a lot of stuff, but there's some other stuff that I'm still working on. And it's just cool to see that, other people in the same space. Because the girl who plays Molly, Yvonne Orji, she's 38. In real life. Jay Ellis. What? Y'all, he's 40 years old. Wow. Black don't crack. I'm telling you. Black don't crack. What? I had no idea he was 40. That's wild to me. He looks like he literally can play a 20-something-year-old. He looks like he's I would never say 40. Whoa. Wow. Did you guys know that? I'm not talking to you like you can respond. Hold on. What? Kelly is 41. Nah. I'm blown away by this. I'm blown away, but I'm not blown away. Like, I would have never thought she was... Amanda Seales, I follow her. I know she's 40. Wow. Amanda Seales is 40. These 30 and 40-year-old people are playing like 30-something-year-old people, but like they don't look... Oh, okay. What's his name? Nathan's 33. Interesting. He lives in Texas. Well, actually, he doesn't. He's from Houston, Texas. He lives in California. Interesting. Oh yeah, he wasn't How to Get Away with Murder. That's when I first saw him too. Interesting. Wow. Yeah. Let me see, how old was Asian Bay? Let me see. He was cute though. Hold on. They're not giving his age. He's Australian? What? Y'all knew Asian Bay was Australian? I want to hear the accent. How old is he? Alexander Hodge. Age. Come on. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Asian Bay. I think he's 33 too. Interesting. Yeah, he's 33. Let me see, how old is Daniel? Hold on. I know this has nothing to do with it, but hold on. Daniel. I think he's 33 too. Interesting. He lives in Brooklyn. That ain't far. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. No, what I need to see is dang, what is his name? Crenshaw was played by Crenshaw Insecure. Kofi Sorobi. Good God, what a man. Let me see. Kofi Siriboe. Hold on. How old is he? I think he's younger, though. He's 27. He low-key looks a little older, but... yeah, he's 27. He was in it, too. I feel like... I wish that he could have got a little bit more, but I get it. Wow. I'm still kind of baffled on... what's his name? I would have never thought that Lawrence was 40. I would have never thought that. He looks younger. He just looks... I thought he was, like, close to my age. Wow. He's 34. I mean, I'm sorry. He's 40. I'm 34. Yeah, I would have never thought that he was that old. That's crazy. Really, like I said, all of them, they look young. They just look so much younger. Even like I said, Issa Rae looks young too. But anyway, overall, I thought the episode was great, and I definitely suggest watching it. And check out the documentary that I said too. It's called The End. The Insecure, The End. I think that was like a way of them to talk to the actors and show how the last season, like how they filmed it and stuff like that, and had like little side interviews which was cool. And just to give the history of LA, like where they were shooting the show, and just like the things that they dealt with, as far as like there are certain rules that you have to play to go in certain neighborhoods, and how certain people were upset about certain things in the neighborhoods being showcased, and how it brought about tourists and gentrification. So yeah, it was a good documentary too. It was only like an hour, so it's not that long. I thought it was good. And I'm like, she has another show also that she is not on, but she produces it. It's called I think it's on HBO Max. Hold on. Honestly, I have to watch Awkward Black Girl now. I never watched it. Dang it. I forget what it's called, but there's some other show that she produces. That is pretty good. It's about these younger kids in LA. I forget what it's called though. Sorry. But yeah, Issa Rae, she's dope. She's put on for a lot of people. Like I said, in the documentary, you'll see that she helped a lot of people, a lot of young people, a lot of young Black or just like minority people with their career, especially like a lot of writers, screenwriters, and directors and everything, that because they worked with her on that show, they were able to land deals with HBO and expand their career. So that was just dope to see that she was able to open the path for them. And honestly, I feel like I might end up watching Insecure again, just watching the whole from beginning. Now that I've watched the whole, now that it's over, I feel like I should go back and watch season 1 and 2 and stuff like that, and try to. It's one of those things where you go back and you're like, oh, I get it now. You know, like certain things I feel like maybe I missed from the first couple seasons. So yeah, overall, I thought it was a great season. And I will share those quotes that I read off about this from Twitter, some of the things. And yeah, that's it. I did a lot of recording today. Got 3 episodes out of me, so I hope they're helpful, funny, whatever. That you learn something from it, and you go watch Insecure. For sure. And I will talk to you guys next year. So meditate, manifest, and invest in you. Thank you for listening to Black Hippie Lounge. This is your host, Chanel. Rate and review the podcast. And I will talk to you soon.